Fair. Dennis Rodman in the paint with the blonde hair. I stay on the grass like a lawn chair. Ain't got it counted cause you know it's hard there. I'm the Bron on the mic till you Paul Pierce. Let my nuts hang on them just like dog ears. Grinding 365, I'm talking all year. Got some real niggas with me and they all here.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? You know who it is. This is one half After Hours Live, the Man Cave. Your host, Tay Wiggs. Unfortunately, my co-host, Mark Sr., is not here today. He's on family vacation. He will be back later this week. Be safe and have fun with the family. You need this type of time to get away, you know, and relax a little bit. But first and foremost, we're going to jump right into it with these 4 games that was on yesterday. You had the Utah Jazz taking on the Denver Nuggets. I said, hey, yesterday, I said, give me the Denver Nuggets to take this game by 8. They won by 10. That's not too bad for somebody to call a spread. I said, if these teams want to win, you need key guys to step up, and which they did. I was actually happy to see somebody like a Donovan Mitchell go 6 for 15 from the three-point line. He had 57 points to go along with 9 rebounds and 7 assists, which is third most points scored in playoff history. So Donovan Mitchell actually put a team on his shoulders. Like I said before, I said no Mike Conley would probably hurt the Utah Jazz to get this win, because Mike Conley put the team in a certain situation he can slow the pace down when they have a certain lead. And I thought Joe Ingles played terrific on both sides of the ball, offense and defensively. Chipped in with 19 points, a go along with 5 rebounds and 6 assists. Rudy Gobert wasn't too bad either, being a real rim protector at that glass. I thought the biggest mistake from the Utah Jazz was let a young guy like a Juwan Morgan start. 25 minutes with 3 points. He had 7 assists and go along with he was 1 for 5 from the field. So you put a young guy in like that in a certain situation where you know the stakes are higher and you know what you're playing for. It could have been anybody. You could have started Emmanuel Mudiay, but he didn't give you nothing as well either. Royce O'Neal, 31 minutes, people. 31 minutes, 3 points, 1 for 6. So certain guys got to get back into the habit of just taking over. I thought a player like Royce O'Neal was how can I say this? He was being pressured too much to do certain things. Like, calm down, let the game come to you. The Utah Jazz, if you look at it, it's kind of hurt them because they missing a player like Bojan Bogdanovic. So you're not getting them extra 15, 17 points per game that you needed to get where you got. So you're looking at that actually hurts. That hurts real big. Then you have somebody like a Tony Bradley out there playing. I think he played big minutes, and he didn't score any points. So if you want to win, everybody knows if you want to win playoff games, we know it starts defensively, but you got to get points from your bench. And unlike any other team, as you're looking at a team like the Denver Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr., 13 points, 8 rebounds. And the crazy part about his rebounds, they was mainly rebounds. The first quarter, I thought he was going for like 25 or more, just because his offensive game was coming straight to him. Pull up threes, going to the rack. I'm like, okay. Then he just got a little bit quiet in that second half when they needed him the most. As I said before, I said Nikola Jokic. I said, let me get a big triple-double from him. I was almost there, but not quite, 29 points to go along with 10 rebounds and only 3 assists. But that slimmer Nikola Jokic looked dangerous. Not only for a big guy that can run the floor, his passing game is very, very high. I love what he brings to the table for that team, being a big man. As you know, he was mic'd up, keeping his teammates at bay, let them know what's going on. Let's throw this out here. A guy who definitely stepped up is, like I said, there's no Gary Harris. Monte Morris, 14 points. He was 6 for 9 from the field. Very selective on how he shoots the ball on the court. He's not a high volume shooter, just like Jamal Murray, another guy who's not a high volume shooter. Very selective where they shoot on the floor. They get to their spots where they feel comfortable at. 36 points. And you're looking at the duel between Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray. These young stars, man, this playoff bubble is different. Like I said, you don't have your fans, you don't have the distraction of friends and family. Only thing you could do is solely focus on basketball and them guys is going back and forth. Not only they stay at the same hotel down in Orlando. I think the Utah Jazz and Denver Nuggets is either a floor, only a floor to separate them. So one is up and one is down, whatever team that is. So when you're looking at a team like that, like the Denver Nuggets, the whole thing is we know Donovan Mitchell. I can't say he's not going to score 50 again in the playoffs because anything can happen in this bubble because these guys are more focused. The whole thing is, can you get the same production play from a Jamal Murray, a Monte Morris, a Donovan Mitchell? Royce O'Neal not going to score 3 points again in 31 minutes. So some key adjustments going to happen with both teams like that. And I thought the first game was a real doozy. Moving right along to that second game, I said, give me the Raptors to win this game by, I said 15, I believe. 15. Raptors won by 24 against the Brooklyn Nets. And the Brooklyn Nets, even though the score may say otherwise, but the Brooklyn Nets actually fought back into this game. But at the end of the day, there's a reason why the Toronto Raptors are NBA champions. Yes, they don't have no Danny Green. And yes, they're no Kawhi Leonard. But at the same time, you still got guys like Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam, Marc Gasol, Van Vliet. You got these guys, and also I forgot to mention Serge Ibaka. You got these guys who've been at that level and know how to take these games over. So when you go to the Brooklyn Nets, you're looking at these young stars like a Jared Allen, 15 points to go along with 12 rebounds. I mean, it's just different. These guys want to win. It's a young team. Like I said, you got a Caris LeVert, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 15 assists in the playoff debut. So you're looking at these young guys for the Brooklyn Nets. Like I say, no Spencer Dinwiddie, no KD, no Kyrie, no DeAndre Jordan. So when these guys get back into the mix and get them guys they need, them glue guys and those superstar guys back, sky's the limit for this Brooklyn Nets. They maybe be the team in the East that's going to compete with the Milwaukee Bucks in the future. You got Joe Harris, 19 points, 6 rebounds. But the guy who stole the show last night for the Brooklyn Nets was Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot. 26 points. He was 9 for 13. And this guy was a 76er last year. He's making room for other guys like Tobias Harris and stuff like that. And you looking at what he did last night for the Brooklyn Nets, I'm talking about Timothy. If he didn't play, if the 76ers never gave up on him last year, you could be talking about a different series for them this year with a score. So when I look at that Brooklyn Nets team, coach is gone. He stepped down. You got Jack Vaughn, like I said, a former NBA player, point guard in the league, coaching these young guys. And this young core for the Brooklyn Nets is giving them all they got. They know they don't have their horses to compete with this Raptors team. But at the end of the day, man, I like what I'm seeing from the Brooklyn Nets, man. Not shying away from the moment. Going out there playing hard basketball. They out there rebounding a lot. Just watching them offensively. Of course, you're going to miss shots, but defensively, they came back into the game. They crawled themselves back in. But when you don't have that championship under your name, man, you know, when we've been down this road before, we've been down to some great teams in the past, some Cavaliers teams, some Golden State Warriors team. All that does is build character for a championship team. Like, yo, call a timeout. Nick Nurse, some of these guys probably in the huddle, hey, we've been here before. We've been down this road. All right, this team crawl back get the lead back down to about 8 or 9 points. Hey, let's kick this lead back up. Let's not get this team no life and just show them what we are. Let's show them championship basketball. The one thing I always heard all the coaches say, never underestimate the heart of a champion. Have a championship mindset. If you have a championship mindset, the sky's the limit. You're not going to be the team who's going to get their mind focused on one thing. As you can see right here in this picture, Kyle Lowry. Just imagine when DeMar DeRozan is a free agent next year. Maybe he might go back to Toronto. And that could be a dangerous team just with that ingredients with him with the chipping in with 20 points. So say that for another story. As we go to the Toronto Raptors, I said guys I need to see step up, and which he did. OG Obanobi. I said he can hit that side corner three with like no problem. He was 3 from 5 from downtown, 12 points and 5 rebounds. That is huge. And he played defense. Fred VanVleet, 8 from 10 from the 3-point line, 11 assists to go along with 30 points. So those glue guys stepped up huge. Serge Ibaka, I said, is going to have a good game. He had 22.7 rebounds. But you know you get the same thing every year from Kyle Lowry. You get playoff Kyle Lowry. Stinking the gym up, 3 for 14, 21% from the field. He had 16 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. But the thing I like about Kyle Lowry, I'm not going to trip about the scoring part. The one thing I do like about Kyle Lowry, he get the team involved with assists, and he grabbed rebounds. He's under 6'5", he's getting 7 boards in the playoff game. That is key. That is key. But I need players like a Norman Powell to step up next time. You can't play so many games. So many minutes in the game and only have 3 points. I need to see more from him. You're looking at Spicy P, 18 points and 11 rebounds. Nice young star. First time All-Star this past season. So the Toronto Raptors got a lot of good stuff going on for them. The one thing I do like about that team up in Canada, those players know their role, where they should be on the floor. And the moment's not too big for everybody. I like how they cheer each other on. This bubble is making teammates closer, and you need that, because just imagine when the game is over and you're in the respective cities that they play in, they take a shower, talk to the media, get in their high-end cars, and go home. They can't do that in the bubble. The bubble right now for these players is making the teammates closer, respect one another as a man, as a human being. And when you make a bond that tight, or a relationship that tight as teammates, that bond can never be broken, because it's only building better character for each individual, because you get to understand what's going on out there on the floor when you're talking to your teammates. You can pick your teammates' brain. I love it. And on top of that, the Brooklyn Nets lost by 24. Yikes. All right, moving right along. I said, hey, the Boston Celtics and 76ers playing. We know they banged up. I said, I love the Boston Celtics to win this game by 8. They did. They won by 8. The Celtics won 109-107. Tobias Harris, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. I need to see more. This is $180 million man and giving you 15 points if they want to win. Be a volume shooter. I paid you $180 million. Ain't gonna hurt you to take 7 more or 8 more shots. He should have had at least 27 to 30. I feel like if he's scoring 25 plus, easily, the 76ers are walking away with this win. Period. I know everybody looking at my shirt because they trapped. Homeboy Derek made this shirt and he wrote a book a couple years back. The real always prosper. The realest always prosper. So shout out to him, the shirt. First of all, get back to it. Like I said, Tobias Harris, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. We need to see more from him. We need to step it up. I need to see 25 plus for him. Like I said, $180 million man. I should be seeing him take more shots, not being selective. I thought, like I said, Josh Richardson, I said, I want to see him step up more. 18 points. But Alec Burke was another guy who stepped up for the 76ers, 18.6 rebounds. Me personally, if I was Brett Brown, I would have Alec Burke starting and had Shake Milton come off my bench. Because watching this game, Shake Milton is more of a defensive reliability. They walked in past him going to the basket for layups. Easy deuces. Kemba Walker, all these guys. Joel Embiid plays sensational. 26 points, 16 boards. I love what he brings to the table. I mean, I might criticize him every now and then, but yo, this guy's on the sideline eating sandwiches, coming, dancing on the floor, but this is who he is, and right now we got to accept that. But the one thing I do want to say that is I would love to see him get a little bit more serious, a little bit more edgy out there, so people know he's out there. Because when you see a goofy side of a player all the time, they're not going to take you serious. It's almost like how Dwight Howard was in Orlando. Very goofy, playing around a lot. And when certain teams play against him or a dominant big man play against him, they look at him like, you was a big goofball. How are you not taking your craft serious? So if Joel Embiid can be a little bit more serious, just tone it down a little bit, I mean, I can't tell him what to do because that's what his character is. But he can just tone it down a little bit. Oh, man. He could be doing this every night. Not 26 and 16. He could be doing 30 and 16 every night. And he's doing this effortless. Al Horford is not the same Al Horford, folks. 6 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Al Horford's not getting it done. His game, I mean, I'm not a fan of his game the way he plays. Take a lot of threes and stuff like that. Al Horford, to me, I think he plays better when he's more in the paint, in the inside, as you've seen when he was in college. Yes, I'm going back to his college days at Florida with Joakim Noah and Corey Brewer and them guys. I think he plays better with his back towards the basket than outside, because if you got him and Joel Embiid down there, there's nobody's not getting a rebound while those two down there. Say what you want about Al Horford. If he plays his back towards the basket, more things for the 76ers will happen, because only he put his back towards the basket, he does command a double team. So just imagine if he in the paint killing, then he started getting a double team, and you still got to check Joel Embiid. We know Joel Embiid can hit the 15-footer just like Al Horford. We know Joel Embiid can hit the three-pointer just like Al Horford. So just imagine if Al Horford just give you 16 or 14 points per game. This outcome would be different. I just think they utilizing him wrong in Philadelphia. That's me. Not saying it, but quiet as kept. I think at the end of this season, I think Brett Brown will get handed that pink slip. I think they're going to fire him. They need a coach with a real identity to be more, have some more grit. That's me personally. Moving right along to the Boston Celtics side of things, where they are going on their quest for an NBA title. You're looking at a player like Kemba Walker coming over for the Charlotte Hornets. Get his first taste of playoff experience. 19 points, 5 assists. You know how you got to, everybody first time in the playoffs, you got to knock the kinks off. You got to knock the spider webs off just to get in the flow of things. It's a different atmosphere. Like I said, it's very different now. Just imagine being at home playing with fans. Probably be a little bit more easier for the home team, because they have home court advantage. There's no home court advantage. I thought Kemba Walker played very smoothly first debut. Like I said, you got knocked the kinks off. I'm looking at a player like a Brett Brown. Not Brett Brown, Jaylen Brown. Excuse me. Still thinking about the 76ers and what they're going to do with their coaching situation once this is over with. So you're looking at Jaylen Brown, 29.6 rebounds. But the whole ordeal about Jaylen Brown, is he up to the scoring 20 plus a game? Because you're not going to get that every night. He can score 29 tonight. That's yesterday, last night, and come back the next night and put up 10. So scoring wise from Jaylen Brown is very inconsistent. But the one consistent thing about his game is he does play defense, folks. He does that. So when he's playing defense and scoring, that's a different Jaylen Brown. Very different. But the whole thing is playing alongside Jason Tatum. Both of them guys are three guys. Let's make that quite clear. It's just like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. So it's only one basketball. But when you got someone like a Jaylen Brown there getting his, and Jason Tatum getting his at the same time with 32 points and 13 rebounds, it's astronomical, because those two as a dynamic, that is scary, especially for a team like Philadelphia with no Ben Simmons. So now Philadelphia got to figure out how we're going to get these extra points. we're going to get that extra defensive stop. It's always next man up. And the Philadelphia 76ers didn't have that. But the Boston Celtics had that. Their coach got a coach in this a contract extension. Gordon Hayward, 12 points, not bad. He had a little shaky, rough start. But I said one guy who's going to be a key piece in this game one was going to be Daniel Tice. I'll call him Daniel Theis. I don't know why I'm thinking about it. So I'm thinking about a thesis of the paper. So you got Daniel Tice, 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. I thought he played pretty good. And but when you want to get someone like Joel Embiid, man, that's humble pie. Player I was disappointed was Enes Kanter. Man, dude had no points, man. No points. I mean, you got to get more from players. Brad Wanamaker, I think he played great. Marcus Smart got to give me something next time, too, besides 2 points. But the Boston Celtics, the way this is looking, if they playing like this, the 76ers can be going home very early in the first round. I had them losing in the first round regardless of who they was playing, just because I know certain situations they don't have that identity yet to make a move like that. So the next game, we're going to see what's going to happen. We're going to see who's going to wake up because, like I said, it's a different atmosphere, and these guys don't have nothing to worry about. Move right on to the last game of the night. The Dallas Mavericks and the Clippers. Before I start this part of the segment, the officiating crews in this bubble, especially in the playoffs, I've been on Twitter. If you want to follow me, Tay Wiggs. Man, this officiating crews in these games, the Dallas game, especially, and the Utah Jazz game, especially. And I thought it was horrible, man. Some of the calls they was making was very terrible. These referees, they just like the players. They got to find the groove. I think the referees probably get it right probably by their third game of the playoffs because I feel like they needed repetition too as well to have certain things going on too. So when you're looking at guys like that trying to get certain things going and stuff, and you can't just justify and just go out there and do certain things. So when you're looking at those guys, I'm looking at, okay, the calls was terrible in the first game, the very first game that came on at 1 o'clock. But realistically, the calls was questionable, especially in this game. Kristaps Porzingis should not have been thrown out of the game for taking up for his teammate. I'm going to tell you what the referees did, Mitch. Marcus Morris throwing a punch at Kristaps Porzingis' neck. The referees didn't catch that. It felt like, for some reason, we know Eric Ballmer of the Clippers, we know he worth $71 billion with a B. And in hindsight, it seemed like they was trying to rig the game. What was going on out there on that floor. I'm looking like, how you missed that call? You eject him, and Porzingis didn't do anything wrong, and you just tossed him. That was bad officiating. Now, Marcus Morris should have been tossed for throwing a punch at Porzingis' neck. If you don't believe me, go watch the instant replay, and you will see a closed fist hitting him in his neck on the right. R right, but his left shoulder. I'm just saying, go look. You talk about that. And like I said, it's been questionable calls. I thought the Dallas Mavericks should have won that game. Dallas should have won that game. The Clippers are a beatable team, period. Because you didn't get no points from Reggie Jackson yesterday. Montrezl Harrell, you trying to work him back into game shape. He only had 6 points. Lou Williams had 14. Paul George had 27. Doing what he do. Like I said, Marcus Morris actually played good. He had 4 steals, 6 rebounds to go along with 19 points. And you know, Kawhi Leonard had 6 assists, 12 rebounds, and 29 points. But the person I say who needed to step up was Zubac. He gave you 10 to 10. Got him going early, grabbed rebounds. When you get the big man involved into the game, he does a little bit more for you. He gives you a little bit more effort offensively and defensively. And I feel like that was a step in the situation. It's just a matter of time before they throw a Montrez into the game as a starter or whatever they're going to do. But if you ask me who should have won game one, hands down, that the Mavericks should have won. When you're looking at Kristaps Porzingis exiting the game in the third quarter, early, I won't say not early, probably mid third quarter, 14 points and 6 rebounds to lead the game early. So just imagine another 14 more points. It's 28 points. Then they probably would have walked away with the win. And then they lost by 8. But I did have the Clippers to win this game by 10. So, no, I'm sorry. I had the Clippers to win this game by 8. I'm 3 for 4 on picks for wins. Then he was playing sensational, going to the basket, scoring, rebounding. Tim Hardaway Jr. I thought played very well. 18 points to go along with 6 rebounds. Steph Curry with 14 points. So those guys, but the player I was disappointed was Trey Burke because, Trey Burke was lighting the bubble up for a hot second a couple of games out there. But 1 for 5 with 2 points, that's unacceptable. But shed some light on this player who will be a future MVP, maybe have about 2 or 3 of these awards once it's all said and done his NBA career. Luka Doncic, 42.7 rebounds, 9 assists. Only 3 other NBA players have scored 42 points under the age of 21. Magic Johnson, Tracy McGrady, and none other than LeBron James. He had 45. The other 2 I named had 42. LeBron had 45. Luka Doncic is very special. Very special. I just feel like they had another big man out there grabbing rebounds, or in hindsight, or could have had just Josh Powell back to create some more space out there, another floor runner. Sky's the limit with this Dallas Mavericks. They just need a few more pieces to get where they're going. Mark Cuban will get a couple of guys that he needs is very serviceable. This game was very good towards the end. Patrick Bev doing what Patrick Beverly does, being as I call him, irritant on defense. Gonna make you do some things out of your element. He's gonna make you very uncomfortable. And this is what you want from a defensive player. Just imagine Patrick Beverly, 6'7". And he can shoot. But he don't have to. His game is he's there to play defense. So when you're looking at somebody like that, on that perspective, playing, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. We're going to see how all these games unfold in game 2s. Can someone tie the series up? Some are going to go up, down. Some teams will go 2-0. Some are going to be down 0-2. The series may be tied 1-1. So you're looking at this type of situation, these NBA playoffs in this bubble. I'm loving what I'm seeing. But the officials got to get together. They got to get together. It's been bad. Reference so far across the field. In other news, we got a couple of games that's coming on today, folks. Man, starting at 1:30, you got the Orlando Magic taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. The only team that's really at home is Orlando and Miami, to be honest with you. They pretty much in Florida. Give me the Bucks to win this game by 22. Heat and Pacers, the game on the playoff game. The Jimmy Butler and the TJ Warren game. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the Pacers in this one. Give me the Pacers by 7. I think TJ Warren just might go off a 20. Give me the Pacers by 7. TJ Warren going for 20. You got the grudge match going on at 6:30. OKC Thunder. Rockets. Possibility that Russell Westbrook could be a game-time decision with the quad injury. Where do this put this game at? Remember, coming off a quad injury, you still got to run. You still got to get that thing loose and warm. In this game, I like the Thunder to win by 5 points. Yes. I said Thunder. Give me them by 5. The late game. The Los Angeles Lakers. Portland Trail Blazers. We seen what Dame been doing. MVP bubble, 61, scoring 50, 40s. Where you get, he got change for $1. So holla at Dame Dollar. I want the Lakers to win this by 11. Just because, off the strength. CJ still playing with a hurt back. Melo is looking real good. So you might see a different Melo on LeBron James. Both teams are very long and athletic. But this game going to pretty much come down to who's getting a stop first and much needed in that fourth quarter when they need it to put this team on top, their teams on top. Like I said, I like the Lakers by 11. LeBron James just missed a triple-double by a rebound. Give me LeBron James with 27 points, 9 rebounds, 11 assists. And you know he's going to have his world-famous chase down block. And that block is going to be on Gary Trent Jr. Word is bond. Trust me. Damian Lillard in this game might go off of 30. CJ might go off of 17. But the main factor of this game, can Nurkic be Nurkic? Because Hassan Whiteside give you valuable minutes off the bench. What? 60? We get like 16 minutes off the bench and he giving you 15 points and 9 rebounds in most cases in games. So we're going to see what this young Portland Trailblazer team and this Lakers team is going to do. AD, potentially probably your defensive player of the year, can go home. If he plays right, like I said, he can go home with his award. Now, if AD can give you 25 and 12, Lakers going to walk away with this win. But we need to see more from other guys from Lakers to step up. We need to see a J.R. Smith step up, a Dwight Howard, Dion Waiters, they call it Cheese State. We need to see Dion Waiters pass the ball a little bit more if they want to win. I was trying to make that tweet yesterday, but I was getting caught up in the games. Dion Waiters and Jordan Clarkson, to me, are the same type of player. They have teammates and don't use them. And what I mean by that is the shot clock be at 24 seconds. Dribble, 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 dribble. They would dribble that boy all the way down to 4 seconds, either trying to pass it or shoot their way out of it. Trust the teammates. Trust your teammates. Pass that ball. And make sure everybody get their touches. Because people know what you want to do is a scouting report on you. I'm giving the scouting report right now on Dion Waiters. Pass the ball. Jordan Clarkson, pass the ball. Do not get yourself stuck in the rut. You get double teamed, you throw the ball out of bounds, or you turn the ball over to the next team. Make extra passes. Like I said, I got the Bucks by 22 over the Magics. I'm taking the Pacers by 7 over the Heat. I'm taking the Thunder by 5 over the Rockets. I'm taking the Lakers by 11 over the Blazers. This should be some fun games. All these games come on at 1:30. Y'all know who I am. Like I said, my partner is not here. He's on family vacation. This is 1/2 after hours of the Live Cave right now. Your host, Tay Wiggs. Same time. See you guys next time. Peace.